Japan Airlines Flight 123, the 32-minute fight for survival. Date: August 12, 1985. Aircraft: Boeing 747-146S or YI 119. Route: Tokyo Haneda gives Osaka Atami. On board: 509 passengers, many traveling for the Oban holiday, and 15 crew minus 524 total. The takeoff and the catastrophic event. At 6:12 p.m., YAL 123 took off from Haneda. The climb was normal for the first 12 minutes. Then, at 6:24 p.m., cruising at 24,000 feet near the Izu Peninsula, the aircraft experienced a sudden, explosive decompression. A section of the aft pressure bulkhead, the wall that seals the pressurized cabin from the tail, ruptured violently. The rushing air blew upwards, ripping off a large section of the vertical stabilizer, the tail fin. This took away the plane's primary means of directional control. Simultaneously, the rupture severed all four hydraulic lines running through the tail. The pilots lost control of the elevators, ailerons, and rudder. The plane began an uncontrollable, fugoid cycle, a series of massive climbs and dives. The cockpit's desperate battle. The cockpit voice recorder reveals a scene of extreme professionalism and calm under impossible conditions. Captain Masami Takahama, age 49, and First Officer Yutaka Sasaki, age 39, were experienced pilots. They were joined by flight engineer Hiroshi Fukuda. Despite having no hydraulic pressure, they discovered that by manipulating engine thrust, they could exert some influence on the aircraft's pitch and bank. They were essentially flying a gigantic, crippled jet using only throttle. They fought to turn back toward Haneda, but the damaged plane responded unpredictably, drifting northwest. They issued a mayday call, reporting uncontrollable status. Tokyo Control tried to guide them, but the pilots were in a constant, physical struggle just to keep the plane from nosediving or rolling over. For 32 minutes, the crew wrestled with the controls. Passengers, aware of the grave situation, wrote farewell notes to loved ones. The crash, after a final, large descent, JAL 123 slammed into a heavily forested ridge on Mount Osutaka in Gunma Prefecture at 6:56 p.m. The impact and resulting fire were catastrophic. The aftermath and the agonizing wait. Japanese military helicopters spotted the wreckage that night but reported no signs of life. Due to the rugged terrain and belief there were no survivors, rescue forces did not land until the next morning. In a tragic twist, rescue teams arriving over 12 hours later found 4 survivors: Yumi Uchiha, an off-duty flight attendant, and 3 young girls, Hiroka and Mikiko Yoshizaki, and Keiko Kawakami. They had been thrown clear and survived the night. All 4 reported hearing cries and moans from other survivors in the immediate aftermath, which faded through the night. This delay in rescue became a massive point of public outrage and controversy in Japan. The cause: a fatal repair. The investigation laid bare a shocking chain of events stretching back 7 years. 1. The initial incident, 1978. The same aircraft had experienced a tail strike upon landing at Osaka, damaging the aft pressure bulkhead. 2. The flawed repair. Boeing's repair procedure called for a continuous splice plate with 3 rows of rivets. The Boeing technicians, who performed the repair at JAL's facilities, instead used a double splice plate with 2 rows of rivets. This reduced the bulkhead's resistance to metal fatigue by a critical 70%. 3. Fatigue failure. Over the next 7 years and 12,000 plus flights, the improperly repaired bulkhead weakened from repeated pressurization cycles. It finally ruptured on Flight 123, leading to the catastrophic loss of the tail and controls. 4. Blame. The official report placed ultimate responsibility on Japan Airlines for the improper repair and subsequent inadequate inspections. Boeing was also criticized for a repair procedure that was not sufficiently fault-tolerant. The accident was a maintenance and quality control failure, not a design flaw of the 747 itself. The legacy and impact. Highest death toll: 520 people perished, making it the world's deadliest single aircraft accident. Cultural trauma. The event is seared into Japan's national memory. The widespread coverage, the farewell notes, and the rescue delay caused profound public grief and anger. Aviation safety. It led to sweeping changes in maintenance protocols, repair documentation, and the philosophy of damage tolerance, ensuring structures can withstand partial failures. Crew resource management (CRM) training was also emphasized globally, studying YAL 123's cockpit as a model of teamwork under extreme stress. Corporate responsibility. JAL's president resigned. The company paid massive reparations, and its maintenance division chief committed suicide, leaving a note of apology. Memorial, a memorial garden. The site of the souls was built on Mount Osutaka. Families and crew from the airline still visit every year on the anniversary. The story of YAL 123 is a harrowing tale of human fallibility in the repair, extraordinary human skill in the cockpit, and tragic consequence. It remains a cornerstone case study in aviation safety, a reminder that an accident is often the end result of a long, broken chain